All right, welcome back. We're talking about the NFL at large now, and specific to the Steelers because we saw the Ravens in action, and they blew away the Browns 38-6. Jeff Hathhorn, in that game, we saw J.K. Dobbins. A couple of touchdowns as a rookie. First game looked pretty good. The Steelers passed on him. They took Claypool. Your thoughts now about that? Have they changed at all? Did you like the Steelers' move, or would you have gone with Dobbins?
All right, I am biased. I fully admit I am biased as an Ohio State grad. I watched a lot of J.K. Dobbins. I thought the Steelers should have picked J.K. Dobbins, and not just for that reason. I think he's going to be a good tailback. I know he only rushed for a few yards, but he scored 2 touchdowns in an offense that I think he's going to excel in. I think he would have been a really good Steeler. Now, what we've seen from Chase Claypool looks good, but I think there is, even if only personally, some pressure on him. Could he be the guy that, you pick Daniel Moskos instead of Matt Wieters? Is he going to be the guy that you're going to look back and say, wow, we should have had J.K. Dobbins?
That's when Bucko fever ended, right there.
No. It was when they took Tony Sanchez, 4th overall.
Any one of them. Brian Willington,
that became
Daniel
fever,
Moskos,
became a complete sickness. Go ahead.
So, J.K. Dobbins, look, I tweeted this today. 2 touchdown stat. Mark Kaboly put me on blast. All his Twitter friends came and attacked me because those stats weren't good enough. I'm still standing by what I said back in April and May when I wanted the Steelers to draft this guy. I thought he was the best guy on the board. They need a running back, and what I saw from him in college was absolutely dynamic, and I think he's going to be a really good back that's going to hurt the Steelers in the future. Chase Claypool could prove me wrong, and he could be good, but I think Dobbins was the right pick.
See, I don't. First of all, I don't have any Twitter followers that's sick after you, Walsh. I don't know what you're talking about. When you're talking about J.K. Dobbins and having 22 yards rushing, some people might.
He had 2 touchdowns.
So he had 12. He averaged like 3 yards a carry. But that's beside the point. I don't think this is a Dobbins-Claypool argument right here. I think that J.K. Dobbins is going to be good for the Colts. The Colts needed a running back. They got a tremendous offensive line, maybe the best in the league. At the point where the Steelers were picking, when players are so close like that, they take the guy that they needed. And I think they needed a wide receiver more than they needed a running back, to be honest with you. They were assuming Juju was going to be gone. They didn't know. I mean, James Washington's coming up down the road a little bit as well. So they chose that. I don't think you could say after 22 yards, even if you had the Jerome Bettis line, would Jerome have a couple years ago, about 15 now, 3 carries, 3 yards, and 3 touchdowns, something like that. It doesn't matter. I think Chase Claypool fits with what they have. If Dobbins makes the Pro Bowl this year, it doesn't mean the Steelers' pick was terrible.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those things we're always going to compare the two. We'll see how it goes moving forward. All right, Rich, start with you on this one. And I'm starting to realize that it's time to maybe consider the notion that Baker Mayfield is on his way to being a bust. #1 overall pick. I know he's had a lot of offensive coordinators. I know they've been very much ebb and flow over there with their coaching staff, but your thoughts about what you've seen from him, and #1 overall by now, I'd like to see a little bit more than what I've seen.
Well, not now or in the future. I thought he was a bust last year. He's Johnny Manziel #2. I don't like this guy as a quarterback of your franchise. Why can't they find a good quarterback in Cleveland? I mean, you've seen the T-shirt that has all the X's out of all the quarterbacks. I don't know how many they've had. They had 1 million in the last 20 years, and they can't find one guy that can win. Can't do it.
I'm not ready to put him in as Johnny Manziel.
He's a bust.
And first of all, the Ravens clock everybody on opening day. I mean, that's what they do. They come out and they destroy teams opening day. The Browns were in that game for a little bit. I'm not ready to say that Baker Mayfield is a bust because of one game with his new head coach and new system. He still has a lot of good talent around him. I'm not saying the Browns are going to be great, but I'm not ready, if I'm a Browns fan, to give up yet on Baker Mayfield.
Just wait till Odell Beckham turns on him and gets angry, and there's all kind of frustration on that sideline. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen soon.
But he'd turn on a Hall of Famer. It doesn't matter who it is. That doesn't mean Mayfield is horrible just because Odell is ticked off.
It's just going to make matters worse there.
Mark, what do you say?
Well, Mayfield, he's on a bus. He never has been. He never was.
Oh.
I mean, what do you have, a second half of a rookie year where he had a great second half of rookie year. But I can't believe I'm going to be sitting here, but I think I'm going to defend Baker just a little bit. That's 3 head coaches, 3 systems, 3 offensive coordinators in 3 years. That's tough to overcome. He looked like trash today. but they're not doing him any favors in Cleveland by keep having that revolving door in there. He needs some stability. But on the flip side of that, he got a ton of talent over there offensively. And they seem to fix the offensive line, although it didn't look like that today. He should be putting up more numbers. He just doesn't look like he's a pro caliber. Well, he doesn't look like he's a starter capable quarterback. And let's go back to 3 years ago when those top 4 quarterbacks were there. Which one of you had Josh Allen as the best quarterback out of those 4?
Yeah.
Everyone compared him to
what's
Ben,
his
right?
name from ESPN that put him above Ben?
That's right.
What's his face? Yeah. What is his face?
All right, we're going to go to break on that note.
Tannenbaum.
When we come back, Tannenbaum's had some interesting takes over the years. When we come back, we're going to talk about college athletics, Pitt, and why the Big Ten is now having second thoughts about football. We'll do it all when we come back. It's the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown each and every Sunday night here on KDKA-TV.